So good afternoon, everyone. We are from RPIW number 36, and we were working with home care. And my name is Sharon Kimbley. Was the co-lead, and I'm the Director of Population Health Services for Kuwait Niate. We are presenting to a TAC time of 20 minutes today. And this is a picture of our team. Deanna Larson is missing today, and she contributed quite a bit to our team, so we're missing her today. Our theme is clients are assessed and receive what they need when they need it. So for a project form, the target statement is to decrease the lead time from when the client is assessed until the schedulers receive the initial home services request. One of the items in the current situation is that there are numerous forms and assessment pieces for the assessors to complete, which extends the time for assessment. And here's the value stream map. And there was a time of 30 hours and 34 minutes from the time of the referral was received until the service plan was submitted. There were many starbursts that were put forward to work on for the week. And next is the pre-target progress report and results sheet. And some of the measures were walking distance for the assessor in preparation for a visit. And another was the assessor's preparation time before they went out for a visit. And for our TAC time, this is the time available over demand. So there was a need to complete a new referral every 19 hours to meet the demand.
Hi everyone, my name is Irene Trimmer. I'm a home care assessor here in Prince Albert. This week we had started our week with the waste wheel. We identified 37 wastes, and so throughout the week we had reduced that to 18, which was a 49% improvement. The time observation form has identified the length of time of the process was a problem when clients require home services. From the time observation sheet, we developed the standard work combination sheet, which shows the long waits, which sometimes depended on the assessor or the client. There were times where the client wasn't ready to receive our visit. And from that, next is the idea summary sheet, which explains as a hospital discharge and that the length of time following the hospital discharge, that visit does take a longer time, and what we had hoped to do with that is to create some standard work where we would complete a contact assessment in hospital. So when the patient is discharged from hospital, that would shorten the length of the hospital discharge visit. So we then, the reason for that, we were finding quite often when we would visit our clients after hospital discharge, they were tired, they weren't feeling well, so that visit would have been reduced. And here we have the post standard work combination sheet, which shows that these times have been reduced by 42 minutes.
Hi, I'm Maureen Young. I'm the family patient rep, and it's been a pleasure pleasure working on this team, and my family have been very appreciative of having home care facilities or services available to us.
Hello, I'm the other home care assessor. My name is Travis Stingley for this RPIW. And before us, we have a time observation form, pre-Kaizen observation form, which shows how long it took to complete the MBS HD, which is our full assessment, at about 1 hour and 11 minutes, although times will vary from client to client. The first idea summary sheet I have reflects the problem that RIHCE takes much longer than our short-term assessment, the RICA, during initial visits. So we did a standard of work to address that issue regarding the option of conducting the RICA even over the phone prior to a home visit in order to decrease the times for individuals, especially after hospital discharge. And they're often tired and not feeling well. Our post-Kaizen time observation form for a mock-home visit that I did with Lorraine, we found that the RICA took 15 minutes and 33 seconds in place of the full assessment of the HC. And we did every single paper that we could possibly do an initial assessment along with the RICA for a total time of 1 hour and 2 minutes, which is significantly shorter if the RICA was replaced by the RIHC. I have a post-Kaizen percent flow chart, which shows that in place of the RIHC, the RICA allowed the visit to be confined to 50 minutes and 57 seconds, although again, these times are varied from client to client. Our pre-Kaizen spaghetti diagram shows that it took an assessor about 477 feet to look for needed forms prior to a home visit. So an idea summary sheet flowing from that reflects the problem of the necessary documentation with all within our Procura database where it can be easily found. So for that issue, we made up a standard work that offers a solution of saving time and rework by having Procura be one of the centralized places to find such needed information. Another idea summary that we looked at addresses that all departments placing the original documentation in the main file, which would help save steps and rework for us within the office before a home visit. And that flowed directly into another standard of work, which offers a solution of placing the necessary documents in the main file in the office where everybody can find it when they need it. So our post-Kaizen spaghetti diagram showed that the travel time became 157 feet, which dramatically reduced the time it took to find the forms prior to any given home visit. And last, this is one of our multi-skill training sheets, which reflects the training for the work standard that we have worked on creating for RPIW 36.
Hi, my name is Eddie Stens. I'm in materials management, and I'm also in leadership training. First up is an idea summary sheet of a recurring theme that kept coming up and became one of the problems that we dealt with. Lengthy morning meetings and internal service meetings going overtime. We found that these were really causing issues for a lot of the staff and shortening the amount of time being able to be spent with clients. The second idea summary sheet shows some of the ideas that we came up with and suggested to be able to deal with this. We came up with some standard work to schedule the meeting and focus on exactly what needs to be accomplished at these meetings every day and reduce the amount of time and the people that don't need to be there for everything. So we've given them priorities and new referrals. We've made suggestions as the type of things that each group should meet about. And we also have a multiple skills training schedule to help people get adjusted to this drastically new way of meeting. They're now standing instead of sitting. They're meeting around a board, and it makes a really big difference. Next, we did a 5S evaluation. It was done before the Kaizen, and it had a score of 1. Now, there had already been quite a bit of good work done. They just did not get a chance to complete the home care equipment room 5S. So, the idea summary sheet comparison shows a lot of the problems that were still in that equipment room that we needed to address. The 5S evaluation after that ended up with a final score of 2.9. However, I need to point out that we got 2 4s out of Donna, and she's a very hard scorer, so we did really well. Did work hard to get that score. Some of the improvements are on the 5S target progress report and results sheet. We gained 77 square feet of force lace for a percent improvement change of 35%. We reduced the inventory count of all of the items in that room by 101 items for a 30% improvement. The cost savings weren't great because we've not dealt with this as a Kanban as yet. So we did not want to yank out a bunch of stock that we did not know whether they needed or not. So that was $79.64. We also, as an aside, we gained 21 square feet of shelf space, as well as 6 square feet of equipment space, and accommodated everything.
Hello, my name's Colleen Nettles. I'm the home care occupational therapist. This is an idea summary sheet showing some of the problems that related to the 5S, but also related to the equipment at home care in general, especially with a standard process for signing equipment in and signing it out. So we developed some standard work for that, along with a new sign-in, sign-out slip that the front desk staff and the schedulers were on board with and happy that they didn't have to pull their hair out now. Everyone's coming to them to find things. We also created some standard work for our equipment service requests. Home care does have a contract employee that at times is requested to deliver and set up equipment or service equipment or return equipment, and everyone was doing that a little differently. So now hopefully we'll all do it the same way. Second problem or idea summary sheet was looking at inconsistencies with cleaning. We weren't doing a perfect job of identifying when equipment needs to be cleaned or to communicate that to the appropriate staff. And so with that, 2 pieces of work standard were created. One around what we do as staff when anyone receives any dirty equipment, so a standard process around that, and also relating to the sign-in, sign-out slips as well. And another piece of work standard for the CCAs who would be doing the actual cleaning, where they can check for that indicator daily. And related to this is just one piece of our multi-skills training checklist, and we've started rolling that out already.
Donna says I have lots of time. I'm Wanda Atchison. I'm the Director of Public Health Services for the region, and I had the privilege of being a co-lead for this RPIW at home care, and I'm in my lean leadership training, hopefully the very last piece. So this gives you an idea of our post-Kaizen state in the value stream map. So as you can see, we were able to address many problems. I believe there was 17 starbursts to start with, and we were able to address 8. So we were really happy with that. Our lead time, as we've heard a little bit about before, has just decreased slightly to 29 hours, 51 minutes, and 30 seconds. However, that was primarily due to the change of our cycle time from introducing consistently using the contact assessment as opposed to the more lengthy home care, longer assessment piece. We do predict that our non-value added or wait time for service will decrease as the contact assessment does allow our assessors to fit in more clients, especially when they're doing some of the contact assessments right in the hospital, so they're saving that time and they can actually go into the homes to do some of the other screening pieces that need to be in place prior to service being started. We will monitor this process during the auditing process. So next we're going to go on to our post-Kaizen target progress report. And again, in the RPIW, we were able to address many quality items. So some of the quality items that we were able to address include decrease of assessor rework. We can decrease the assessor rework with use of work standards and standard work for forms that are shared between providers, so they're not having to run around and find those forms, as Travis showed us. There was also some safety concerns that we discovered in our waste walk and some of our previous assessments, and one of them was around safety concerns for the staff. There was no standard work standard for their check-out, check-in process. So while they had a board there that was able to be used, when we were doing our waste walk, the question came up, does anybody ever check this board at the end of the day? So there was a work standard that was formed around that check-out, check-in process. We also addressed the safety of our clients through the work standard of cleaning of equipment, which Colleen has just very ably taken you through. And that is a really big infection control piece. We need to make sure that anything that's going out to our clients is really, truly clean. Our newspaper shows completion of many of our action items that we did to resolve the problems. And I would say most of them involved development of work standards or standard work, and I wish we had counted the acronyms, so that's a really good thing. We also have just a few pieces to hand on, primarily just the multi-skills training, which has been started, and we'll be handing that off to the home care managers to complete by the target date that's been established. We had many learnings in our workshop, as everybody does, and this shows a little bit about our learnings and thoughts and accomplishments. So new changes definitely enable more face-to-face time with clients, which is that's our focus. Changes decrease the amount of time that clients wait. And the decreased time of initial visits really benefit our clients as they won't tire as easily. So the length of time of that initial visit, we can shorten it. Those that are getting out of hospital especially, that's very tiring for them to have a long visit. Standard work addressed the overall process, which contributes greatly to when the client receives their service. Interdisciplinary communication addressed your work standards, helped to implement some time-saving strategies within the office. And when the shorter contact assessment is done in hospital, we definitely predict that assessors will have the ability to respond more quickly upon client discharge to get into those homes and get the process done that they can get services in place. Last but not least, we learned that it gets people's attention. Donna had to whisper to us a few times to get our attention. So we have a lot of thank yous. Thank you so much to the home care staff who showed great grace under pressure of change when we tried things on them. And they didn't kick us out when we moved their morning meeting chairs, although I'm sure they probably wanted to. Thank you to our home care managers who gave us full access and encouragement to mess with their processes. It was so fun. Thank you to maintenance who were willing and able to make our ideas into reality. Especially to the home care clients, a huge thank you because they allowed us into their homes to time the process. Thank you to our patient and family rep, Lorraine. She kept us focused on the real reason for our RPIW, which is improving service to our clients, getting what they need when they need it. She's a trooper. To our wonderful RPIW team, they worked so hard right from Monday, and they came back every morning, and even with a smile. So that was great. To our sponsor, Carol Gregory, and our process owner, Donna Nowachewski, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and giving us support. To Donna Cook, our excellent KPO support and our mentor, she kept us on track. Home care does wonderful work, and thank you for the opportunity to come in and see it and see if we can help you along your journey.